I'm going to take a little stroll here after that hour over on another social media platform. Going to walk with one of our cats here. One of our feral cats wants to walk with me as I'm going through the path here. Glad to have you here. I'm going to take a stroll around and kind of stretch my legs. Behind me is the barn studio, in case you've never seen it before. This was an old shed that we had way back when we first moved here almost 3 years ago. And through your wonderful prayers and your giving, we've been able to make this into the studio. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little walk around, stretch my legs here. We had a big rain and it washed out a lot of our front road here. And I'm going to go down here and just stroll down there, not inspect it during our time, but just kind of stretch my legs a little bit. I want to thank you here. There's Miss Julia over here from our beautiful, beautiful across the ocean, beautiful country of England. And thank you so much, Marie. Very good morning to you as well. Marks, you're in Colorado Springs. Oh, that's a beautiful area. Wonderful Christian publishing company area too. Lance, thank you for your moderating and good morning to you. I appreciate you so very, very much. Make sure I don't drop down the steps here on the porch, and the cats keep flopping over wanting me to pet them, and so I'm just about to jump over them too. Here from North, Miss Lee, I will be on August 11th. I will be in North Carolina, speaking at Rocky Mount Bible Church. I hope to see you there. Good morning to you, Jan. I appreciate you being here. And from Texas, Miss Anna, I will be in Vidor this Sunday over there near Beaumont. And I will be at the Old Faith Chapel this Sunday, morning and evening. Hope to see you there. There's Miss Marie from Arkansas. Good to have you. Miss Teresa, thank you so much for being here from Ohio. Wonderful to see you. And there we go. We're looking, oh my goodness, this is Old Faith. Okay, wait, the name of the church is the Source of Old Faith. Close enough, okay. The Source of Old Faith, we have an unusual name for our... Tony, the reason I say that is I think on one of your social media posts, it says that it is just Old Faith Chapel. And so I went by that. But if you want to go to the formal name, my friend, it is the Source of Old Faith. And that is going to be a wonderful... Pastor Bobby says, come on over there. And I'm going to be there in the morning and evening. The evening service there in Vidor, Texas is going to be, we're going to have Q&A time, straight Q&A on that time too. Wonderful to see you from Fairbanks. There's Miss Angie from Alaska. Wonderful to have you here. Deborah, good morning to you. Wonderful. That's Tony, you're very, very kind here. And I want to thank you. I'm taking a look here, and it looks like I haven't brushed my hair here. I've been kind of frazzled working this morning, and so I guess I'm a bit disheveled, and thank you for understanding. But I do want to let you know I appreciate each and every one of my friends being here. Thank you so much, Lisa, for your prayers. It is a nice, quiet morning. I'm understanding next week that we're to get another heat wave here in the southeast, and somebody says, well, you know, that's nothing compared to what we're going to have. I think the whole country is going to get a heat wave. And so thank you so much for us all just being able to join together and take a look. We're going to talk about the family in heaven as we get into our scriptures. So I want to greet you all, give you a couple of announcements. We're going to get right to it. And then at the top of the hour, we will go into our study here. Christina, good morning. Lynn, good morning to you too. Colleen, glad to have you here. Thank you so very, very much. Barb, I appreciate that. Wonderful, wonderful that we are all here. Jim, thank you for joining us. And right here, you can hear the animals across the road. This is the horse farm right there. I don't know if you can see it. That's the arena they just put up here. And way over there, they're kind of quiet right now, but every once in a while we have the two farms. The farm over here, Ebenezer the rooster starts crowing, and Scrooge is over here, and they'll compete. But I think it's a little bit too humid, and they're a little bit worn out right now. We may hear them a little bit later on. So right now, as I'm traversing our property, right across the road here, as I've told some of my friends here, I used to go up I might do this later on. I might go up on the porch and do some of our podcasting and some of our live streaming from our front porch, which is right behind us here. But across the road, oh, it's so quiet. And the usual is we have about one car an hour here. Friends, we is in the middle of nowhere, and so we love it very much. Sad to say that the little country store down the road I used to refer to, and I actually did a couple of live streams from there, it's been bought out. So I hope that there's not a corporation coming in there, but this wonderful old, generations old country store down the road called Masters. They're going to be moving on, and it's kind of sad. A little bit of history is gone here, but there's some wonderful things here. We'll share some things. And so I'm going to kind of move around here, and thank you so much, Ms. Rivera. Thank you for being here. Whit, good morning to you. Giant, good to see you back. And as we get talking about heaven, if you will go to John chapter 14, and then also mark over John chapter 17. I'm going to bring a key word here as we go over what we talked about a little bit earlier in our study, looking at being with Christ, being with Christ. Now, first of all, let me show you something here. Let's take a look. You're going to see, this is our front walk. I told you about this going on down here. And lest somebody thinks that I'm a prosperity preacher and then we have everything going away, we deal with stuff like this. The rain here did ruts. And when you go down our driveway here, the bouncing is absolutely hilarious. And so later on today, I've got to fill in these ruts, which I do. We're bringing in some other gravel. This is the farm right across here, and these are wonderful people, the Crow family. They have this here. And then as we go over here, we just have a wonderful ornate time as we're here. We get to share from the scripture in the peace of our countryside here. So thought you'd like to see that there and also see the work that I have to do. Heading on up here, let's go up to the barn here, and I'll give you a shot of what it looks like when we're coming up here into the barn studio, which you've prayed about. Some of you have been with me for 2 years here on this social media. We thank you so much for that. And you've seen this go from a gray old garage type former machine shop in which the gentleman, the former owner, would fix Harley Davidsons here, up to the time now that we can enjoy this wonderful barn studio here. But I'm not sure if I've ever showed you from a distance what the studio looks like. It's actually the barn, but we say the one corner is a studio. Makes it sound professional. But let me show you here before we get going in our study here. This is what it looks like from a distance. You come up off the deck, and then we have the barn right here. And the former owners did a beautiful job here. We're cleaning this up here of a fire pit, and we bring up some of the college kids, and we'll go. Some are actually coming here. This started off, we put the pathway, such as it is, in here. This was just the machine shop, scrubbed clean. There was junk all the way back here, but we've slowly started to fix it up and everything. Don't think it's all complete. It's a work in progress. Right now, we're winterizing it. But as we walk in through here, whenever I tell you that I'm over in the front, this is where I'm actually doing the study right now. This is all of the storage area right here. But this is the part that you have helped us with, and this takes you right in, and I'll just take a quick glance in here, and this is the studio area. These are the postcards that you have sent and the pictures you sent from all over the country, flags and different things. Boy, I appreciate that. Slowly putting this all together. I'm working on the flooring right now, you'll notice, putting the flooring in and then taking care of this. And at the winter time, we'll be over here with our nice stove going here and enjoying this time together. And that's, I just appreciate you helping out, making that possible here. Oh, I didn't show you that. And we had a beautiful little sign being made. This is actually a neon sign, and then we'll have that up later on whenever it gets into the winter months and such like that. Okay, we're talking here about walking with people in heaven. And we start saying, okay, well, I see my relatives. Will I see my friends and everything? If they are believers, we have the promises of God, Romans 3:4. Let every man be a liar, let God be true. God, Titus 1:2, who cannot lie. It's impossible for the Father to lie, Hebrews chapter 6 and verse 18. And we get some promises in which we can rely in our faith and rejoice and have peace that Philippians 4:7 says we can't even explain or sometimes can't even understand. Hang on a second while I put in the plug. I put in the charger here. It's going to freeze for a second here. I think we got it. Okay, I think it's working. There we go. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is after we get going in our study this morning, then at the top of the hour, I'll go ahead and I'll start scrolling through and I'll answer the questions from the beginning of the hour. So if you're noticing I'm not answering the questions and you're new, moderators, you can remind people we start answering questions at the top of the hour. You can put it in once. I scroll all the way through. You'll get your answer as best I can. Don't keep repeating, okay? Just don't keep repeating the question. And we'll take our time. We'll go through there and we'll get the answers. Okay, so what are we talking about right now? All right. There's a couple things that I want to share. And let's take them in order. When we're talking about heaven, it is always important to remind ourselves, and I will take you that you might be with me. And so we see this. Yeah, I believe that it's frozen. We're going to be okay, but you can hear me, and we'll go with that. It's a glitch. It happens. I see it coming, and I'll go as best I can. Let me ask you, can you hear me right now? Is that possible? Because if you can't, if I don't receive anything on hearing, then what we'll do is we'll shut it down. We'll just go right back into it. Okay. Anything here? Are you able to hear the audio? Is that possible right now? Okay, you can hear. All right, very good, Miss Christina. Well, let's give it about another minute as I'm going through. And if we don't have any improvement on the site, we'll just close it down and then we'll go right back into it, okay? And then we'll get it, okay? Now, let's go into it. I'm not sure if the screen is black or whatever. Hey, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Make it easy. It'll make it so it's so confusing. Here, let's all go ahead and let's go and shut it down. I saw the glitch coming, and it's nothing I can do about it. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out, shut down right now, and come right back in, okay? Let's do that. And so just re-sign on in like 30 seconds, okay? I'm going to shut it all down and then go right back into it. Ready? See me, just look for the introduction, and I'll come right back in just about 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Talk with you in 30 seconds. Look for the invitation, okay? All right, bye now. See you in 30 seconds.